some random questions, certain questions will be there on the screen. It will be difficult. Yeah, those things will be there. But my question to all of you, if you can just answer it very, very short. What is one idea of attracting money? From all of your side. Practically what you have experienced, what you have. Vinodji is attracting a lot of money.
As I said before, money earns money for me.
फिर से एक बार क्या बोला आपने?
I will answer on the behalf of Vinod Bhaiya. The idea of attracting money is to build relationships, and very true and very loving, warm relationships.
I agree to that. Even younger fellows, like maybe they are 5 years or 10 years younger, to them उनको भी ये भैया ही बोलते हैं. So we have question for Mr. Dhirendra Kumar and also certain other questions if we can. Vinod sir, you say my father was there, and let's say he was there, but financial backing, what is your journey would have been?
Friends, as far as money goes, वो मैं पापा से नहीं लिया था, but I was sure whenever I need it, he is always there. The whole thing was that, as I told before, he was a superpower behind me till yesterday, till today and forever, that anywhere I am struck, he is there. The force is there, the positive force and the blessings of his is there. Where thinking that only, I was always that, I was never in the back seat, always in the front seat. Thank you.
You also write the question if it is addressed to someone. Saurav is asking, what advice would you like to give your younger self? I think maybe no. I think that way. नहीं इतना भी मत घूम जाइए कि फिर सब आपको ना देख सकें. हाँ? Okay, so can we have a little scrolling so that
there were 3 sentence lines and I couldn't figure the real question.
थोड़ा सा वरुण ऊपर नीचे कर लेंगे ना हो जाएगा. You can just scroll it, it will go. Varun is there. Okay. And in the meantime, this Saurav has asked one question. What advice would you like to give to your younger self? Someone would like to. I think Kumarvel sir was talking about something, younger self, yesterday.
Kumar sir.
Yeah. The younger self, believe in yourself more. Even if the whole world believes in you, if you don't believe in yourself, nobody can help you. On the contrary, even if the whole world doesn't believe in you, if you start believing in yourself, nobody can stop you. That kind of self-belief each and every one of us should have, so that we can move forward.
There is another question called focused in form of health, finance and family relationship from Rajiv Shah from Varanasi. So anybody would like to answer? We were talking about focus and one-pointedness. So like we have so many things. Health is there, finance is there, family is there, employees are there, conferences are there. किस पे focus करें करके भी?
Yeah, I will say that at every point of time have a 1.5 goal. One primary goal and one secondary goal. If you can focus like that for 6 months, one primary goal and one secondary goal, after that it can keep on changing. If you change like that, you can really make it happen. If you have 6 different goals at the same time, your ability to focus on that will be very difficult. Have one primary goal, one half goal.
The question from Dipesh.
I got the mother of all questions.
Mother of all questions.
Which is, because everybody keeps asking about what will change. As if, and our life depends on that and we have to adapt and we have to figure out. But it's extremely important. In fact, it is most important to focus on what will not change. What will never change is, the need for investors to find a trustworthy advisor. It is not going to change ever. And I would like to share my experience of being in this activity, being in this business, which is a peripheral business of your kind. That in the last 34 years, we are needed only on 2 occasions. Rest of the thing is mundane. Rest of the thing is routine. Application has to be filled. something has to be invested. You have to invest for a certain time frame. Your needs are pretty well defined. When your daughter will be married, then you will take the money out anyway. When your son goes to college, you really can't negotiate many of the things. And most of the things in our life are non-negotiable. What will not change is, and as I was saying, that we are needed on 2 occasions, and that will never change. People go crazy on 2 occasions, and they don't need you. They don't listen to you. And you have to really play the role of a psychiatrist, not an advisor. When things get too bad and when things get too rosy. Because nobody will realize your need today. Because wherever you dart your money and it grows. Likewise, there is a worst time in the market to bail out because you just give up. You don't know. And that is what happened in October 2008. That is what happened in March 2020, as recently as 2020. That is the time when you are needed, and that is not going to change because we are so driven by greed and fear and it is extremely difficult to overcome that. So earning his trust and play the role of a psychiatrist, and you have a customer for a lifetime. Thank you.
There was a question too.
I didn't. Here, hold this. Sorry. I didn't form or found any bank. I used to work for a bank called ABN AMRO Bank. That was in 99-2000. At that time, we were all doing core banking. So focus was entirely on savings accounts, fixed deposits, loans, personal loans, car loans. And at that time, capital market products like mutual funds were hardly prevalent in the banks for on-the-shelf sales. So what we did in ABN AMRO at that time, it's by the way a diamond bank. ABN AMRO is a Dutch bank, which is not there in the country anymore. It was acquired by Royal Bank of Scotland, RBS, and then RBS was acquired later on. At that time in ABN AMRO, when it was in its full flow, we had acquired a bank's consumer banking business in '98 called Bank of America. We had acquired their business, and we were building out a consumer banking business. And when I was trying to enthuse and energize the staff of ABN AMRO's consumer bank to sell capital market products like mutual funds, is when I came in collaboration with Dhiren. And that's the first time I met him. We had all sleepless nights trying to integrate the data feed that he used to give us into our core banking system, which was provided by Infosys, which is called Finacle. And we had several sleepless nights. We had several iterations, lots of difficulties in getting now what you get very easily and from various sources, the portfolio statements of clients. That was something, it was so tough to get the portfolio statements of clients at that time integrated into the banking system. And that's where I came in collaboration with Dhiren. Second thing I just wanted to add about what Dhiren said, I think a lot more regulation will happen in this industry. A lot more AI will come in this industry. A lot more technology will come in this industry. But like Dhiren mentioned, and I'll give you the example of the UK market, which is 12 times the size of the Indian market. It's a $12 trillion market. India is only a $1 trillion mutual fund market. Of course, if you leave out some institutional part of the $12 trillion, it's about $5-6 trillion. But still 5-6 times the size of Indian market. There will be several more layers of intermediation. So today there are many more layers than just an asset management company and a distributor. There will be several more layers of intermediation that will come into play in this industry, because typically the Indian regulator copies the American and the British regulators. And therefore, there will be more changes in terms of technology, regulation, layers, AI, and eventually when the size becomes even bigger, so 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes $4 trillion, very interesting thing will happen for all of you, which is happening both in the American market and the British market. a lot of private equity investment will start flowing into the distribution and manufacturing space, which is so far quite restricted to a very few sort of players, restricted to the top players. I think a lot of private equity money will get into this annuity income business, which all of you do today. And therefore, it is very essential for each one of you to continue a business the way you're doing and grow it even further, because private equity business gets attracted to scale. And if your business is scalable, there will be a lot of venture capital and private equity that will come into this side of the business. As for the last few years, it has been going into fintech companies. It will get into distribution companies also.
Somebody has asked that it is a risk that I took from leaving my government job, civil services, and entering into academics as a teacher, as an entrepreneur. I would say it was not a very random risk, rather a calculated risk, because firstly, there were three things which were in my mind. Firstly, my husband was also an officer, so I always had a backup. Secondly, I thought that life is very limited. We have only some 80, 90 years on earth. Some 30, 35 are already gone. So, want to do whatever I want to do, whatever I really like to do. Thirdly, lastly, I knew that even if I had nothing or I know nothing, but I know two things. Firstly, I can learn, and I'm a hardworking person. So if I had these two things, I could do well anywhere. So after this, I left my job and started my institute. Thank you.
One question, I think a lot of questions will continue to come, and probably we will share. But I think this is a better way for a moderator not to speak and get everything on the screen. So good way to use technology. One question to all of you. Most of the time we get associated with certain groups or organizations or maybe forums and things like that. How do you think whether that helps or not help? Like, for example, this is a committed audience where 90% or 80% of the people in this room have actually booked their conference 1 year back, last September. And again, this September, they will be booking for the next year. So this is how commitment of a group is. And then throughout the year, the learning through the group and sharing and the sessions and the classes that continue. So this is one good example. So how do you think whether this really is helpful, this is good? Because as I can see, Vinod Bhaiya is connected with so many organizations, majorly Jito, and he is one of the top shots there and contributing a lot to Jain International Trade Organization. Kumarvel sir is also connected with forums and contributing in a big way, not only to his own circle, but that way, and rest of you also. And if there is something, if that has helped, something, if you can just add to that in very small words or something like that.
Friends, जो आदमी लोग थोड़ा बड़ा हो जाता है वो मंच पे आ जाता है, और मंच से जब पॉपुलर और बहुत बड़ा बनना होता है तो फोरम में आता है. In simple words.
No, I would like to just say that it is just as important to be knowledgeable about what is going on and having other perspectives. But I'm a believer of the other side. Most of the big things, most of the unique things are done when you get focused with yourself, sit in a room, think hard, think harder, and go about doing things. And that is when you do something really significant and unique. So don't lose that picture as well. Thank you.
I think utility of a forum is all about ideas. If we can hear something, if we can know something, meet someone, and if an idea enters our mind, sometimes all you need is an idea that can change your life, that can change the world itself. As it is said that an idea whose time has come, nobody can stop it. Thank you.
I haven't.
Press it. Bas. Once. Okay.
I haven't left the mutual fund industry. I've only gone to the other side. For the practitioners in the mutual fund industry, there are three components in a mutual fund industry. One is the manufacturing component, which is called asset management, which is the buy side, as they call it. The second is distribution, which most of you belong to. And there is a very interesting third side, which most of you sort of miss. But very interesting is the people who feed it into the buy side. कि आपको क्या खरीदना है आपके portfolio में. That is called the sell side, and that is called investment banking. And I am just now moved from the buy side to the sell side. I do investment banking. So I'm very much an integral part of mutual fund industry. We still do a lot of transactions, large transactions with the mutual fund industry, but from a different lens and a different perspective. So I was in the industry for almost 18 years and with the industry for almost 23 years. And I thought, let me see the third side of the industry, which I hadn't seen.
Actually, the right person to answer this question is not people sitting here. I think you should only answer why you are coming year after year to this forum. Unless you are finding some value, you will not come. My one line is, if you want to earn more, learn more. There is some learning which is coming to you from the forum, coming here on a year-on-year basis. That is why you are coming. I think as long as the learning urge in you continues, you will find your own answers.
Thank you so much. I think with this, we will come to the end of this session. It was a pleasure speaking, learning, and listening to all these people on the dais. Thank you so much. I'll request Upinder to come and felicitate. You have? Okay. Acha, chalo, you can ask that. There is one
Please,
question.
ma'am.
Short question, short answer.
I was really touched by Dr. Tanu Jain and her journey because of the spiritual inclination and the ethics. So I believe I am a mother first, wife next, and then a businesswoman. So how does such a person drive for big business when you are very contented with life? My children right now are pursuing, one is doing second year at UC Berkeley, and the son is doing masters at Cal Poly. So I'm a proud mother, of course, because I have given more time to them when they were small than to business. And still I have God's grace and a lot to thank for sizable business. How do you lead to more?
So I will say that there is another person, Heidegger. He gives the answer. He says that there are two us in us. First is the present me, and the future me. So I have to take care of both. So present me is happy. Future me is an aspiration which I want to reach. And for that, I will keep working. So aspiration is higher. Thank you so much.
Upinder to please come and felicitate Vinod Bhaiya first. Vinod Bhaiya is coming. I'll request Rahul Chindalia to please come and felicitate Akshay. May I request Suresh Mohta to please come and felicitate Dhirendra Kumar ji. Suresh Mohta, कलकत्ते वालों को याद कर रहे हैं धीरेन्द्र जी. request of Vinod Bhaiya, Shushma Bhabhi. No, Shushma ji. आपके चक्कर